Hello. Is your advertising budget gone without positive results? Does it happen to you that you burn your budget and that nothing's left without having made sales? Yeah, it happens a lot when you keep staying rational and not talk to the primal brain, the decision maker in the brain. So, what if you could generate ads that generate a positive result? Yeah, it works. You can do that. You can do that when you create ads that are targeted towards the primal brain of your audience. That means that you know precisely who the decision maker is, the person you are talking to. So when I have a client, for example, who told me, yes, Thomas, but when I come into a room, there are 10 people, they are all decision makers. So it's pretty strange because usually there are only 1, 2, or 3 decision makers, not 10. And after having discussed, we noticed that in fact there are not 10 decision makers. There are only 2 or 3, and the rest are just people doing their job. They may block the decision process, or they may stop the process to happen properly because of regulations that they have to implement, project stages that they have to validate, but they don't make the decision to work with that specific client of mine. So the decision maker is a person. You have to know that person perfectly. Once you have that person, you have to understand what frustration runs in their subconscious mind, in their primal brain, the decision maker. Then you have to remove that frustration. So your ad should show them that you can remove that frustration. So if you are trying to sell shoes, the frustration may be that you look more gorgeous, dear lady, than the other ones in front of the school. I want to look like the smart one, the one that's always nicely dressed, because I have the means to do that, which may not be the case, but that's what I want to show. That's my frustration. So that I can get as many people as I can talking to me being the center of attention. That's a subconscious frustration. It has nothing to do with the shoe. But if you say that this shoe is going to make you the most admired mom in front of the school, wow. I'm not saying that there are only moms going at school, but because I'm picking up my kids from school, I see a lot of moms. So that's why I'm looking at what's happening there. So that's one thing to do. Then you have to create contrast. You have to go way away from your competition, because your competition is going to doing the same thing. I mean, I was working for one company. It was completely crazy. We went to a trade show and we had our booth close to our closest competitor. There was one wall separating the both of us. The samples we had on the booth, on each booth, were the same because we were doing the same service. The text on the wall was nearly the same. 1 or 2 words were switched. I mean, it was crazy. The names of the companies were not the same. The major difference between the companies was the color of the carpet. We had blue, they had red. Do you want your clients to decide with whom they are going to work, who they are going to place their millions of dollars of contracts or even a few hundreds of euros or dollars on the table just because of the color of the carpet? That's nuts. That's nonsense. So you have to make sure that they get it, that you are the only one, that you have everything that's needed. And right now, I'm telling you the story of a client. They are the leaders. They were the leaders of the market. They invented the market, so to say. And they, after a while, over the last 60, 70, 80 years, they were, eaten up by the competition. So now they have to come back. And my client, the decision maker, the person with whom I am working, he decided to take the CMO role in a company that was sinking and with a lot of complex situations. And we worked together to create something that made them so different from the competition that everyone is now talking about them. They went on a trade show. No one ever had a booth like that. No one ever had ads communication like that, because it was purely 100% targeting the decision maker in the brains of their audience. And that's smashing. They're crushing it. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, as I asked him, how's it going? He said, so far, so perfect. Can you imagine that? I mean, he's working for the company for 4 or 5 months now, and he's already successful. How crazy is that? Fantastic. Well, I mean, if you don't do it right, if you don't talk precisely to the decision maker in the brain, it's like you presenting cat food to a dog. It's still food. It's not the food he likes, but you think it's still food, so you're just pushing that food. If the dog is starving, he may eat it, but if it's one of my dogs, he will wait for the dog food, you know? So you have to learn all that, and all that you can get it in a webinar. In a free webinar, the Ethical Persuader webinar. It's a free webinar. The link will be somewhere here in the comments. So join it. It's free. You will learn something because I want you to learn as much as you can. And I think after the webinar, you get even some documents for free where you can learn even more. So join it. It's cool. So that's important so that you don't burn any more your budget, your advertising budget, that it's useful, you know, that it has an impact on their brains. So that's it for today. Wish you all the best success and let you become an ethical persuader. Talk to you very soon. Bye bye.